All right, guys, welcome to the Onelife Podcast. Here with Jay, one of the co-owners of Smash Iron Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm interested to talk to you.
Yeah.
I noticed from doing the podcast with Carlo is you guys, like, you talked about community, you talked about support, but the video I put out, the clips I put out got way more traction, way more views than anything else I put out. So that's just a reflection of exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just supporting them, but they're supporting him just as strong. And would you agree with that?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's like the power that we have is each other. You know, like, we got to empower each other. We got to believe in one another, because a lot of times in this world, if you look at it, a lot of people like lose hope. We're living in fear, and you know, we just got to make sure that we empower one another and like shine the light within one another, because at the end of the day, we never know who's in the darkness, who's you know, in a dark mentality. I don't know. It's just it's hard to say, but you know, we just got to support one another. Love is all we need. You know, like all the leaders, all the Bob Marley, the Beatles, they all sing about that all the time. You know, love.
Yeah, that's the first thing came to my mind was Beatles. John Lennon, wasn't it? Yeah.
And you know, the government, whoever runs this world, they don't want that. You know, they want us to be divided. And you know, if we are able to support one another, you know, it's limitless.
Yeah, everyone wants everyone to be sick, dependent, relying on drugs, relying on other people.
Exactly.
Yeah, not like you get healthy, you fast, you take care of yourself, all that goes away and you become free.
Yes.
And then when you start working for yourself, you get money behind you, you don't have a boss.
Yeah.
You become very free, like I'm sure you're experiencing now.
Yeah.
You're in charge of your own life.
Yeah, exactly. And I think at the end of the day, we got to take responsibility of ourselves and look in the mirror and be like, all right, what exactly do we want? You know, it's like, yeah, you know, everyone could chase money, but if we're chasing money, we're still going to chase. You know, so we want to have the intentions of, you know, financial freedom, and once we get that, we'll be able to attract that by serving others,
and also just being happy and doing what makes you love. Like, what is it you're chasing? What is it makes you happy?
I'm not really trying to chase. I'm trying to, like, you know, attract, and just, you know, happiness is growth. So, you know, anybody could have a fancy car, fancy house, all this money, but we can see a lot of people that are still unhappy. You know,
I like that. Happiness is growth. That's so true, right?
Yeah, very true.
Growth in anything. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, I feel like, you know, yeah, we have this, whatever we have is an accumulation of what we've done, you know. So if we want to still go to the next level, the things that we've done in the past is not going to take us there. So I feel like we got to take it to the next level by doing different things.
I love such a unique way of saying that, because I'm a big believer, to become the person I want to be, I need to grow in a certain way.
Yeah, for sure.
And whether that's having these conversations, whether that's pushing myself out of my comfort zone, whether that's learning what I've said wrong, what I could do better.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got, how many books I got to read to get to become the person I want to be, to get where I want to go. And that's kind of what you're touching on, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
I love how you're saying that.
Yeah.
Take me back to your background. So you mentioned NFL, like you mentioned football player.
So ever since I was a kid, I played football. Ever since I was 6, I fell in love with it. My dad introduced me to it, and I thought that I was going to go to the NFL. You know, I love the Raiders.
What position did you play?
Wide receiver and safety.
Okay. Are you a smaller guy?
Yeah, smaller guy.
Okay.
So, like, I was like
I don't mean to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know too much about football here.
Yeah, so I was like a little like Wes Welker, Steve Smith. You know, like anybody could doubt me, but it's
you can move.
That fuels me. You know, like quickness. You know, I can catch the ball. I'm dependable. You know, I didn't really talk as much. I just let my actions speak for itself.
Everything, right?
Yeah.
So, how long did you play football for?
6. I was 6
all
the way to age 6 to all the way to 18.
Did you really?
Yeah. So we almost won like the state championship, but that didn't happen because as a team, you know, there's individuals who have their own roles and responsibilities, and if we're not able to, you know, focus on that, then we're not going to be able to achieve, you know, the higher goal of being a state champion. And
you grew up in Hawaii?
No, I grew up in Hawaii and then raised here.
Okay, how old were you when you came from Hawaii to?
Age 2. I guess like my parents was living in an apartment, and I guess like one of his neighbors like wanted to like shoot him or kill him or something, so we had to move here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you grew up in Vegas then. Okay, but you are Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And you're there's some big Hawaiian guys, right?
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, it's funny. I think of like New Zealand, the Big Maori. You say the Big Maori guys, New Zealanders.
Yeah, they're huge.
They're all the guys that play football back home. They're the guys who dominate.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got that Hawaiian
Yeah.
Hawaiian blood.
And it's funny too because I thought I was Hawaiian all my life, and then when I saw my birth certificate, I was like, oh, I'm just Filipino.
Oh, really?
So I'm just Hawaiian at heart.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's so funny that I feel like Filipino Hawaiians they look very
kinda
similar because
Yeah.
there's a lot of Filipino in Australia because it's so close.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, so how far did you go with football, and then what kind of stopped you going any further?
Well, I just went to high school, and after that, thought I was gonna get help to college to the next level, but that didn't happen. I went through a little depression. I wanted to end my life because I felt like I was a failure to my family.
Were they big fans? Like they really supported you?
Yeah, definitely.
Why didn't you make it any further? Did you feel?
Probably because like again the size and just coaches didn't think that was big enough.
Okay.
Even though like I was one of the star players, but yeah, I think
that doesn't seem fair, does it?
Yeah, it's not fair. But you know, life is not fair. You know, it's a mentality. We just got to keep on pushing through. So after that, I signed up to be in the Navy, to be in the Navy SEALs.
Oh, did you really? So you're a competitive little thing.
Yeah, I got that.
You got a competitive streak.
Yeah, so,
I love that.
So once I signed to become one of the Navy SEALs, 2 days before going to basic training camp, I got pulled over by the cops. I got arrested. I was like crying, snot going through my nose. But then for some reason, there was like a sign in my head, like a voice in my head, like this God sign. And then a couple days after that, I got introduced to business, to law of attraction, so like multi-level marketing. Kendall Bishop, he was the one that introduced me. One of my best friends, my brothers, he passed away during COVID.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, he passed away from overdose, from cocaine, from fentanyl.
Oh, dude. Okay.
But he was the reason why that we have the business now, because he introduced us to personal growth and business and personal relationships and everything.
Let me go back a little bit. Do you mind if I touch on the depression and like how you, like what caused it, how you broke out of it, how long it?
I think what caused depression is just again not being happy with myself because I knew what I needed to do, but I wasn't doing it.
You mean with the football specifically?
Yeah, football. And I thought that was like that. I thought that was my plans, but God had better plans for me.
So that you thought that was your journey.
Yeah.
And then when you got told no, because if you go from high school, you don't get a call. That's kind of it, right? There's no way around that. Is that it? There's nothing else you can do.
Yeah. Well, again.
Or can you keep pushing?
Yeah, you can keep pushing, but if the dices don't roll your way, you just gotta adapt and change the situation and just create your own journey.
How long did it take you to kind of get your head around that, and what'd you do to?
So
I'm more touching on it. Someone else has gone through the same thing. Like, what do you kind of tell those people?
Well, what helped me out is that when I got introduced to the secret law of attraction, thoughts become things, and personal development, it gave me a paradigm shift. And with that, I saw your goals too, like your income goals and all this stuff like that. It's like we could have that. It's just we got to work as if, like we can't we can't focus on the past or focus on the current situations, because if we still focus on that, that's what we're gonna have.
Whatever. Yeah, if something bad happens, you tell the next 100 people, you're not getting past that.
Yeah, exactly.
If something bad happens, you move on. Full stop.
Yeah, exactly. And like with football, it taught me a whole lot about character and failing and stuff. And it's like, if you had a bad play, erase it, boom, move on, and let's just be better.
Gotcha. So you started to realize that like the past doesn't dictate the future.
No, definitely not.
And don't get too caught up on the past. What got you arrested, and how old were you?
I was like 19 or 20.
Gotcha. What had you done to get yourself in trouble?
It was like right there on Durango. I think Durango and Twain. I think I was going to Kendall's apartment at the time, and there was only a 3-way stop, and I did a California stop, and that's when the cop pulled me over.
What's a California stop?
It's like when you don't fully stop.
Oh, you roll through.
Yeah,
okay.
roll through.
Which everybody does.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not really a big deal.
And it was like 1 a.m. too. There's no one there. But yeah, when I got pulled over, they found like a paraphernalia in the trunk. Because I was like depressed, so I was like experimenting and stuff. And, marijuana at the time, it was illegal, but
that alone is so nuts, man. There's people in prison right now.
Yeah, exactly.
For marijuana, and there's people literally it's legal in half the country. Yeah. It's stupid.
It's unfair.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's unfair. So when that happened,
so that was all. That was Gotcha.
Yeah, I think.
So rolling through the sign caught their attention, and then what made him look through the car? Don't they have to have like probable cause or something?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. They were just being a-holes. They were, and then like when they found it, they were like, "You're gonna serve our country. You're a failure. You're an F up. we don't want you. Like, they were
Really?
like saying all these negative stuff, and I was just like stopping. I was crying at that. I was like fucking 20. I was still a kid.
You think it was like racism stuff there, or you think they were just literally just
I don't know,
in a bad mood, or
yeah, probably bad mood because my baby mother, she's an officer too, and you know, they deal with a lot of stuff on the streets.
Yeah.
And you know, with a lot of that craziness, you know, inputs output. So
and it takes a certain type of person to be able to like not pass that on to the next person.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. So that happened, and then that stopped you taking the military path. You think you would have succeeded taking that path?
Yeah, I would, but I probably wouldn't be able to tolerate it because I didn't like authority. I still don't like authority.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, it's just
I literally have been fired from every job I've had.
Same here. Same here. I had like 20 jobs.
Yeah.
It's just how they talk to him. I'm like, bro, you're a human being like me. Like, come on, just
it's
talk.
So weird because it's not till I started reading so much. I used to think there was something wrong with me. I was like, I don't fit in, and I was like, I've been fired from every job I've had.
Same.
And then when I started reading, I realized successful entrepreneurs don't fit into society.
Yeah, definitely not.
You're always trying to step up. You're always trying to run things. You're always trying to give better ideas.
Yeah.
And people don't like that.
Yeah, they don't.
And as soon as I realized I meant to work for myself, I became happy. And I realized not having a job makes me so much happier.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm glad to see someone on the same page.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one.
No, because like, so after high school and stuff, I first job, chocolate smoothie. After that, I was detailing cars with Carlo, and I also was working 2 jobs, working at Target, doing shipment at 3 a.m. So 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. did shipment for Target, then went to 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. worked at detail cars with Carlo, and then did a little phase of that. Then I worked at the nightclub industry for like 2 months, and I was like, oh, I'm done with that. Like, it's just the toxicity and like it's just very demonic. I was just like, oh, this energy, everything's energy, you know. So I was like, no, not that. And then I worked at, what did I work? Pizza shop with my friend's business. I worked at, I don't know, there's just like so many jobs that I worked at.
And the problem with those jobs, you're counting down the hours. You're wishing away your life, aren't you?
Yeah.
Whereas like, now, do you ever dread going to work? Do you ever count down the hours? No, because you enjoy it, right?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It just happens just
and
like that.
80% of us hate what we do for a living.
Exactly.
Which means 80% of us is wishing away 40 hours of our week. And then you're also traveling. Like back in Australia, some people travel 2 hours just to get to work, 2 hours just to get back. So you get 20 hours of travel on top of a 40-hour week. That's 60 hours of your life per week doing something you hate.
Yeah.
And then we're buying stuff we can't afford to impress people we don't like. Exactly. We're getting stuck in this rat race. And we wonder why we get drunk and take drugs and do things on the weekend to mask away all that crap.
And that's the thing too. It's like we have these coping mechanisms that we've learned from an early age, maybe from our parents, maybe from people that we know. But it's like, that's the reason why it's called a weekend, because it's weakening ourselves.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, you know,
I like that.
Words is spelling. That's why it's called spelling, because weaken is weakening our souls, weakening our willpower, weakening our drive. So I don't call like, hey, enjoy your weekend, and I say, you know, have a great end of the week. You know,
I like
we're
that.
ending the week.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I've talked about this before. If you're counting down to the weekend, you're in the wrong job.
Yeah,
full stop.
For sure.
Like, what's today? I think Saturday.
No,
what is?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not that. But it just shows, right? It doesn't matter, because every day I enjoy every day. I'm not ever dreading down a day. I'm not counting away a day. So that you and I both had no idea what day it was.
Yeah,
that's a good sign.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I think that's the thing too. You know, we just got to plan for the future and then work up towards it. And it's not going to be perfect every time. There's always going to be challenges. It's not going to be linear. It's always going to be, you know, up, down, up, down, up, down. But you know, life is testing us. Making us sure that we actually want what we want.
That's a good point, actually. And if you don't have the lows, you don't appreciate the highs.
Exactly.
And I feel like everybody wants everything to run smooth, but it's not like it's boring.
Yeah, and it's not like that. You know, they sell this American dream, like, oh, it's going to be like this. It's going to be like, but they don't share, like, you know, the days when you want to give up, the days when you don't feel like it. You know, when you cry. There's times where like I want to give up, but it's like, nah, like life is challenging us, because if my vision, my purpose is this, it's like I gotta vibrate to another level, take it to the next level,
absolutely,
operate to the next level.
To earn it, to be worthy of that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like what is it? I think it's like 80% of people who inherit or win money lose it within 5 years.
Yeah, because they don't have the mentality.
Yeah, they're not financially educated. And it's easy to say, I would never do that, but I know when I was younger, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, same, for sure.
Do you read a lot, like business books, things like that?
Yeah, all the time.
What type of you do? Audio? You sit down and read?
Both.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you read, and what stands out to you?
Just right now, when I was coming to you right now.
Oh, you listen to the book on the way here?
Yeah,
I love that. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Because it's like, you know, the music and stuff, inputs, output. If they're talking about, you know, titties, you know, bottles, partying, it's just like inputs, output. So why would I waste my time doing that when I could, you know, put other stuff, like other knowledge in my head to help me for my future, you know? So
how long was the trip here?
It was like 20 minutes.
And then 20 minutes home. So you got 40 minutes education, just doing something else that you enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
And that, I'm sure you'll do more today. But I mean, even just getting 40 minutes of education is huge.
Yeah,
and
huge.
no one else really thinks that way.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to take you to that next level.
Yeah, exactly. So the audiobook that I was listening to was The Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I've also been listening to The Spiritual Laws of Success, The Richest Man in Babylon.
I love that book, dude.
Which one?
The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yeah.
It's one of the first books I ever read.
Yeah.
It's a cute little, like, 100-page book, and the basic principles are key in that book.
Yeah, it is. And it's like, it's funny too, because we all know what we need to do, but we still don't do it, you know?
But that's the same as fitness. Everyone knows how to lose weight. Everyone knows what's... I always say that. Everyone knows what's good and bad for them. Do you have the discipline to make to make it important enough to make that decision?
It's a decision.
Same as business, same as money, same as not spending, same as saving. Everyone knows what to do.
Exactly.
But most of us aren't able to do it.
Because we just want the easy way out, you know? The hard thing is choosing. It's like we gotta have that, like we gotta take away that instant gratification. Oh, what's the fastest pill to take? What's the best supplement? What's the, you know? But at the end of the day, it's just eat right, do it every day, and then in the long term, it's gonna happen. You know. And
we touched on it before we started. Is enjoying the journey, right?
Yeah.
The journey is everything.
Yeah.
If it happened, and that's kind of goes back to if you suddenly had money overnight, I don't want to win money. I don't want to inherit money.
Yeah.
I want to build it. I want to earn it. I want to do it because then I'm going to appreciate it, and then I'm going to use it in the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
If suddenly had $5 million tomorrow, it's like, or you suddenly had a crazy body tomorrow, you're not going to appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely not.
I had to bust my butt off for so long for so many things, and I appreciate it, and I hold on to it a lot harder now,
for sure,
because I work for it.
And then once you get to that stage, you'll be able to sustain it. And once we're able to sustain it, then we'll be able to exponentially grow.
Exactly. Keep progressing.
Yeah.
So how do you know Carlo?
Oh, we've known Carlos. We've known each other since high school.
Oh, did you go to high school together?
Yeah. We played football together.
You what?
We played football together.
Oh, gotcha. So you guys have been friends for a long time.
Yeah. He's been my best brother, for
sure.
Oh,
that's awesome. So how did you guys decide hey, I want to start a gym?
So I actually started a gym prior for us starting Smash Iron Fitness.
You by yourself or together?
Another partner.
Okay.
But, it was an unethical business, so I had to walk away from it. And then the next day, I hit him up. He was training outside his gym, and I was like, "Hey, man, let's link up. I see your vision. Let's make it happen." So we started in his garage, in his house.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, we started in his
garage.
How cool is that? And
so you just bought some gear?
Yeah, we bought some gear.
Was it a double garage, single garage?
Yeah, double garage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or single garage with 2 cars. Yeah. So
So you had a little bit of space.
And then it was like Smash Iron, and it was all red. I was like, no, we're changing this up. So, we changed it green. We got the logo. And then, we every day we're like masterminding and talking about our vision, what we want to do, how's it going to be. And then, day in, day out, we're training clients. We almost got, not evicted, but we almost went to court because we were doing business at the house. The garage. So
you're getting traction, and then obviously the neighbors noticed.
Yeah, they noticed.
Someone made a phone call.
So that made us realize, okay, we have to actually make it legitimate and find a location.
How many people did you have coming in?
Shoot, I don't know. We had 1, 2, 3, probably 4 trainers, and then we had.
Did you really?
Yeah, 4 trainers already. And then,
what suburb? Where were you?
We were over there on Tropicana and Fort Apache. Tropicana.
Gotcha. And you just had the garage open.
Garage open. We're
so everyone driving past could see.
Streets,
So you weren't trying to hide it by any means.
No. Yeah. Why are we gonna hide it? How are we gonna hide it?
I love the fact you just started.
Yeah, we just started.
How much did you invest in equipment to get going?
Well, Carlo first invested. He took out a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Credit cards to just initially start with the gym in the garage, and then after that, day in, day out, we're just masterminding, writing it down, the business plan and everything, and then every weekend we were looking at commercial properties throughout the whole city.
Okay.
And then after a year, that's when we finally got that
You did it for a year from the garage.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it took us a whole year to get that central location.
That's so cool. And you're making money doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Did he own the house or were you just renting the house?
Owned it, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, okay. It would have been even cooler if you were just renting.
Yeah, we would have been like, ooh, big old trouble.
How much money were you kind of pulling in from just running it out of the garage? Like, were you making decent money?
Yeah, decent money. Just, for us to get by.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you're able to take that money, save it up, and then put it towards commercial.
Yep.
Were you buying new equipment as well?
Yeah, we had to buy new equipment. We had to take a loan out, use other people's money, and then, invest in that first location. And then after the first location, after a year or two, we only had like that 2,000 square feet facility. And after a year, we expanded again to the bigger facility to 6,000 square feet. And then I think a year or 2 years later, during COVID shutdown, we expanded to the Summerlin location.
Okay.
So we've only been operating for about 5 years now.
Gotcha. That's a cool story, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just no excuse. Just hey, let's start, and I love that. I guess it's just like this: a podcast and a spare bedroom.
Exactly.
Just. I guess I'm not preaching to the choir. I'm doing the same thing.
If you see it, like all the great companies start in the garage.
Yeah, I literally watched Apple the other day.
Exactly.
And I've watched that multiple times, but this
Apple,
is a perfect
Google,
example.
All that Amazon.
Yeah, just get started.
Yeah.
I feel like so many people wait for the perfect opportunity, the perfect location.
Time.
Talk to me more about that. Like how you probably learned so much just by even just running out of a garage, right?
Yeah.
What type of lessons are you learning just from starting?
We're not gonna be good at it at first. We're gonna suck really bad.
You really gotta accept that, right?
Oh, we gotta accept it. You gotta accept that you're gonna be horrible at first, but as long as you have that passion, as long as you know what you're capable of, then just keep on grinding through, and then you're gonna be who you're gonna be.
How was it working together? Like being friends? Did you guys get along? Were you supporting each other, or do you ever kind of clash heads, or you guys are just pretty good bros?
All of us, we all have ego. We're all stubborn in our own ways, but we're able to work cohesively as a unit towards our goal.
Gotcha. At what point did you guys? Because you guys got such a unique gym where you take everybody in, like you're doing like powerlifting, you're doing bodybuilders, you're doing like jiu-jitsu. When did you decide that, hey, we're going to make this for everybody? Was it from day one?
From day one.
Was it really?
Yeah, day one, because he used to work at City Athletic. I worked at Gold's Gym before it became EOS, and then LVAC, and then we see all these different niches. We're like, why not combine all these niches all together? The sports athlete, jiu-jitsu fighter, MMA fighter, the mom, the dad, the hard worker, lawyer, doctor, nurse, college student. Why not put everyone all together under one roof? Because at the end of the day, we're all united as one. We're all human beings, and at the same time, we all want to grow, and we always want to get better.
Yeah, that's cool. Because no, I can't really think of anyone else does. Even back home, I can't think of anyone who caters to everybody.
And that's the thing too. Like whenever people drop in from Australia, from like Europe, or from Texas, or from Cali, and all these people who drop into all these individual gyms, they come to us. They're like, we've never seen a gym like this ever before. I've been to hundreds of gyms.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of gyms in my life. Yeah.
And all of them say the same thing. Like, is this a franchise? I was like, no, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Like that's the vision. That's that's the plan. But
I like that.
So.
Gotcha. What's the best thing about having so many different type of people coming in? Like, what do you must be learning a lot from all these different mindsets and different athletes.
For sure. It's just you just gotta let that ego go, and then you never know what you're gonna learn from somebody. Like just what you were saying earlier. Like you've learned so much with all the people you've interviewed, and it's like the same thing with us. We've learned so much from each other, from people who drop in, and that's the only way for us to grow. To get better. Yeah,
and just like say bodybuilding is boring once you know it. You know how to eat clean, you know how to lift weights, and that's all there's to it.
Yeah,
you're doing a consistent basis.
Exactly.
And you progress slowly. But if you're a wrestler and you want to learn how to get strong, you've got someone you can reach out to inside your gym.
Yeah.
Or if you're a jiu-jitsu guy and you want to learn how to put on some muscle, you've got access to all these people to learn the information.
Yeah.
Whereas normally you'd have to go to a different gym or seek out them individually, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. And have you got different, like when you got your personal trainers in there, are they are they just general personal trainers, or are they specific in different niches?
Everyone trains differently, and that's what's so unique about our gym.
What about your trainers too?
Yeah, they're all unique in their own ways. They have.
So what type of trainers have you got in there?
Functional trainers, holistic trainers, coaches who work on rehabilitation.
Okay.
Coaches who just weight loss, muscle gain, strength, powerlifting, weightlifting, all sorts.
Jiu-jitsu and stuff too,
Jiu-jitsu,
right? Yeah. You got how many?
Women's only group training.
Oh, do you really? That's a woman, I'm guessing.
Yeah, with Kennedy over there in Summerlin.
Okay, that's awesome. So how many trainers have you guys got now?
We have about like 10.
Okay. And is that capacity? Are you looking for more?
Yeah, we're looking for more.
How do you, it seems like you probably have to have, because what Carlos was saying as far as the people who come in, you don't take everybody, and not everybody fits in.
Yeah.
So that must be even harder to get a trainer who really sees your vision. So what's the process on getting the trainers?
Well, you know, we sit down with them, talk to them, get to
you
know
both
them.
sit down with them?
Yeah, sit down, get to know them, see where they're at, see what they want, see why they want to join our team, our vision, and everything, and see if their mission and our mission
like align.
Yeah, is aligned.
Okay.
And then we just go from there. And then you know, we also have a 3-step process. If they're like just starting out, we would see how would they coach a squat, bench, and deadlift, just to see if they're like, you know, are able to coach.
Okay.
But if they're already established, then we just talk to them about the numbers and everything, and we'll just go from there.
Okay. And then it's not a guarantee, I'm guessing, like if they don't fit in.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What's your training like now? Like, how do you train? What do you do?
Well, I used to train as an athlete for football, and then after that I went to bodybuilding. My dad like introduced me to all these like bodybuilding magazines. I used to sit for hours on the toilet just reading like bodybuilding magazines.
What guys were you looking up to?
Like you know everyone, like
Arnie type thing,
Arnold, Jay Cutler, all of them. But yeah, I was just reading for hours on the toilet, like at the age 14, 15, just reading it. And then after that I transitioned to CrossFit.
Oh, gotcha.
I watched like The Fittest Man on Earth, and that inspired me. I was like, oh man, if he could do it, I could do it, you know? So I did weightlifting for a while, and after that I went to powerlifting with Uncle Reggie. He was the one that got me with strength training. So he actually got me into like a periodized training. Like it was like intense, like it was hell.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like this is, and that's the thing too. Like people don't understand what it takes to get where they want to get, you know, until they're under the bar, until they're actually in the grind. They're like, man, do I really want this? You know? So, and that's one of my goals, to compete in the world, you know, competition in powerlifting.
Gotcha.
I qualified, so I competed in worlds. I didn't win, unfortunately, but I was able to compete with the best of the best,
which is huge.
The strong. Yeah, it's
That's
huge.
Awesome.
So that humbled me a lot. And then after that, you know, I got introduced to my lady right now, and my priorities changed. But now I'm getting back into training again.
Okay.
And again, because I want to get to the next level. We've been working in the business. Now we want to work on the business.
Which is huge, right?
It's huge.
Huge. It's so easy to get caught up in the grind and not step back and see the bigger picture. It's funny, when I met you and I shook your hand, it reminded me when I met Liz and shook her hand.
Oh yeah.
She's got this little bear claw.
Oh yeah, she's a monster.
She's so strong.
Yeah.
But I noticed your hand was very strong too. So it goes, I feel like it must be a powerlifting thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Like just normal sized hand, but just like, I shake like Cordell's hand. He's got this bare hand, but you got this small hand which is strong as hell.
Firm.
Which means you're just used to holding big ass weights.
Yeah.
And she was the same. I was like, damn.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, like with a handshake, it tells a whole lot about a person, you know?
Yeah. In Australia, like shaking hands is such a big thing, such a respect. You look someone in the eyes, you shake their hands. You're not trying to dominate. You're not trying to squeeze the shit out of them.
Yeah, no.
It's a respect thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I notice a lot of times over here, people will turn away. They won't look you in the eyes. And I find that the most disrespectful thing.
Yeah, it is.
It really...
But it just might be like a conscious thing. They don't know any better.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Or maybe it's an insecurity where people kind of like are uncomfortable. So... Do you do any martial arts because it's right there for you?
No, I not right now.
Carla hasn't like... Yeah,
everyone's been like, come on, you're great at it. I'm like, not right now.
It must be hard not to be pulled into everything, which is right under you, right at you.
Yeah, it's right there in my fingertips. But I already know what my goal is, and I want to compete for weightlifting. So I competed for powerlifting. Now I want to compete for weightlifting.
Okay, so your focus, your tunnel vision.
Yeah, and then once I get that accomplished, then again, I'll keep on progressing the business.
Okay, gotcha. What is you got a successful business? You got 2 locations, correct?
Yes.
What are the locations? What are the cross streets?
The central location is on Sahara and Rainbow, and then
which is a great location.
Yeah, it's right there. And then the Summerlin location is right there on Flamingo and 215, right across from LVAC inside the Target Shopping Center.
Gotcha. So what is the goal? What is the next step? You want to get another location? You talked about franchising.
Well, right now the next step is probably preparing for the mega gym that we're planning for.
Okay. So talk to me about that.
Yeah. So our lease is up in 2 years for our central one.
Okay.
And the Summerlin one, we could basically cut that off. Whenever we transition to the mega gym,
so you're not stuck in a commercial lease or anything.
Yeah, we're in talks of getting that location in Summerlin. It's like by downtown Summerlin, so that's the next step. And then in that time too, in that process, we're working on like franchising our business as well. Because I see Planet Fitness. What other gyms are there? Planet Fitness. There's all these other businesses that are franchising, and that's how they are successful.
Yeah. Okay. With the did you say mega gym?
Yeah, mega gym.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah. So like,
how big? What's going to be in there? Why you want to do that?
Yeah, because like I feel like because of our environment and like the limited space, we're already capped. So we're like, why not have it bigger and have both locations united in one area where everyone's going in there, So same thing, same vision, but everyone's going to be in there, and it's just going to be amazing energy. 30,000 square feet.
30,000.
Yeah, offering.
How big is that? Like, how big is that LVAC? Like, just on comparison.
LVAC is probably like 50,000. Yeah, like 50,000 square feet.
So it's pretty damn big, though.
Yeah,
it's going to give some gym run for the money.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Love it. And then, are you going to have like different sections like jiu-jitsu, CrossFit, powerlifting, and have the best of the best for those?
Yeah.
What makes that, like, what can you do to make that amazing? Like, what's in your mind?
Just keep doing what we're doing. Just keep on getting better. Keep on serving others. Keep on giving our best. That's all we can do. And just make it fun.
Okay. As far as like your health, your priority, like what's your eating like? What are you telling your clients?
Yeah. Well, right now, my eating right now is we eat meal preps. We're still like searching around for a real good meal prep to stick with. Because like
you use a company, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like sometimes I cook for myself. I cook for us.
Sometimes I cook for
no, it's hard, man. It's like, man, dishes. Like we cook for like a whole hour and I eat for 10 minutes. I'm like, damn, I gotta wash these dishes.
It's so funny you say that. I love how you're just honest about it. Sometimes. Yeah. But I mean, you found another way it works, and you're obviously in shape. So there is another way if you don't want to cook.
Exactly.
But I can totally relate. Like when I cook so quick and so efficiently because it doesn't take long to eat, and I don't want to spend an hour, 2 hours for something that takes me 5 minutes to eat.
Exactly.
Especially when you're doing 6 meals a day, it's a waste of life.
Yeah, waste of time. Yeah.
So it's like you're about efficiency.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta delegate that because I'm not good at it. Like I can like cook dinner here and there.
No, I love you say I can totally relate to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
and that's the thing too. Like with my clients, with our clients, it's like everyone's like, oh, what do I need to eat? What should I eat? It's like just stick to the basics. Just eat like a vegan plus meat. So
I like that.
Just basically, just make sure the plate is colorful because majority of the time there's no veggies in there. You gotta have your micronutrients. That's the one that's gonna help allow your system to run efficiently, and then your macronutrients is gonna dictate your body composition. So
it reminds me of like when you go to Starbucks, you look at the food, it's all brown.
Yeah, it's all brown. I'm like, what is this? What is all this?
And I noticed like, especially in America, like in Australia, it's definitely a lot more colorful. But even like breakfast in Australia is really good. It's bright, it's colorful. There's like scrambled eggs with a bunch of veggies. Yeah. Here it's like pancakes and hash browns. It's all brown.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it's brown, you probably shouldn't be having it.
Exactly. And
it's really bad.
That's the thing too. It's like, we don't question why. Majority of people have cancer, heart disease, all these underlying health conditions, but it's like, what is the underlying reason for it? It's our eating. We're eating out. No one cooks anymore.
I noticed from Australia to the States is people eat out all the time, and it's normal. When I met my first girlfriend, when I moved here, she would literally eat out 24/7. and she was young and she was starting to get chubby at a young age, and I was like, no, she'd have McDonald's every day, and it wasn't frowned upon. It wasn't weird. But you do that in Australia, people are like,
yeah, what are you doing?
That's disgusting. Like, why would you waste so much money on that crap on a consistent basis? Here and there for sure, but not every single day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's nuts. And Cordell and I have talked about this, where to take food with you, it's weird. Oh, you're broke, you're a peasant, why would you bring a lunchbox of food? It's looked down upon.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just like, oh, you're eating healthy? It's like, no, this is what we're supposed to be eating.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's just weird.
I love that. I was talking about the other day, I saw a stat, and it's 1 out of 3 females are going to get cancer in their lifetime. I was like, I'm so glad I'm not female.
Yeah.
And then it's 1 in 2 males are going to have cancer in their lifetime. So I was like, damn, I wish I was female.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, like my uncle, he just had cancer like a couple years ago, and then he fought it, he was good, and then he got re-diagnosed again just recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he change his lifestyle?
I'm not sure, but I feel like also something that we don't take in consideration is stress. I feel like stress is the #1 killer. You know, I think from our spouses, maybe from finances, from ourselves.
We kind of bring it on ourselves unnecessarily, don't we?
Always.
You don't need to be stressed. If you make little decisions, it can change the outcome dramatically, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm like reading this book too. It's called Breathe. And it was talking about how like we always focus on this Western medicine and this and that, you know, go to a hospital and we'll treat you with this, here, take this pill and we'll get you better. But it's like, okay, what is the cause though? Like a lot of us have shallow breathing, you know, like we got to like take deep breaths. We got to be in the moment. We're always like thinking about the future. We're stressing finances or just, you know, try to, you know, impress people. But it's like, why? You know, like when
breathing through your mouth, not your nose.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, we're so caught up on the wrong things, right? Yeah. And then I'm a huge advocate of prevention rather than cure.
Exactly.
Just don't get it in the first place. I never go to the doctor. I never get sick. And I used to be paranoid saying that, oh, I'm going to jinx myself. And then I realized after year after year after year, you don't have to get sick.
Yeah.
If you eat crap and you don't exercise, you're not going to feel good. You're going to get sick. You're not going to live as long. Full stop.
Yeah.
Or if you go the direction that we're going, your life is completely different.
Yeah, exactly.
And between like fasting, I take cold showers for the last 6. How long have you done it for?
I've done it for the past 8 years now.
Have you? Oh, dude. Yeah. Finally met someone who's done it longer.
Yeah.
What? Talk to me about cold showers. How'd you start?
I don't know. It's just, I feel like if we're able to fight through that, oh no, I gotta quit, you know, then we could be able to withstand anything in life.
Love that.
You know,
was it something you read that made you start, or you just decided to throw the cold on?
Yeah,
dude, that's amazing. I've been off for 6 years.
Nice.
And I would say it's one of the best things I ever did.
Yeah, for sure.
And it kind of goes back, when you're standing there naked in the morning, not a single person in the world cares.
Yeah.
No one cares you do cold or not. No one's holding a gun. No one's holding a gun to your head. No. But if you can make yourself do it, that's the hardest part of your day.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're just making yourself so resilient. Yeah. Just able to take on anything.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, have you found that you stopped getting sick?
Well, yeah. Probably, yeah, because I don't really get sick ever. No.
It's funny, you had to think about it, right?
Yeah.
Where someone else has always got like some aches and pains or inflammation or some cough or indigestion.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really cross your mind or my mind.
Yeah.
And I think people think it's normal to feel that way.
Definitely not normal. I think everything in this life is trying to kill us. You know, the food, the air, the water, the fluoride, you know, the music, the news, all this stuff is getting us in that fight or flight system, and we're freaking out, we're stressing out, and that's why our immune system is down. We're eating shit, that's why we feel like shit. You know, it's like, come on guys, let's wake up, you know, like let's change something about it. You know?
How do you do that? How do you encourage someone to be aware of that and change it?
It's hard.
It's hard, right?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. You know, like a lot of us think that we're just coaches, but like we're like life coaches, therapists. Like we gotta like listen to you know, their stresses and, you know, their past traumas and dealing with and how they cope with things, and we have to figure out a way to psychologically speak in a certain way, talk in a certain way, and deliver it in a certain way, day in, day out.
I like how you say that, right?
To change, because, you know, change doesn't happen overnight at all.
And if I'm a smoker, you say smoking's bad for you.
They know that.
That's not going to work.
Yeah.
But the way you deliver it, if you can deliver that in a way that makes me think differently, maybe I'll make a change. And I feel like that is a skill in itself. And that's something I've been able to do with people. I don't know what it is or how I say it. I think I just try to put myself in their shoes and relate to why they do it and how they're feeling, and why they shouldn't do it and how they're going to feel.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's very tricky.
Yeah, very tricky, you know, to change someone's habits and change someone's conditioning and change someone's beliefs, you know, just overnight. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, a whole lot of time.
And it's your environment, it's what's around you, it's what you're seeing.
Yeah, it's what you do, it's
what you
habits.
see is what you believe. Talk to me about some of your good habits. Obviously, cold showers you do cold showers from start to finish.
What?
When you do cold showers, is it cold from start to finish?
Oh, cold showers? No, I do just normal shower, and then I do the cold shower after I'm done.
Gotcha.
And I'm just like there, and just thinking.
How long do you stay there for?
I don't know, probably like a minute or so.
Okay.
2 minutes.
You ever done it from start to finish?
No.
Dude, start.
Yeah?
It's intense? That's all I do. It's game changer.
Okay.
And then when you get comfortable at 2-3 minutes, take it up to like 8 minutes or so.
Okay.
And you're like, so you know Win Hoffman? The Iceman? He says if you do 2 minutes, that's all, that's the benefit you need as far as like the health benefit. Anything past that is mental.
Yeah,
so when you start pushing it past like up to 8-10 minutes, you start to like, damn, this is getting hard. Or when I was in New York, and oh my god, the water was cold. But I pushed through it. It was so cold it gave me an ice cream headache.
Oh no,
it was so damn cold. But I never felt so damn rejuvenated afterwards.
More awake, more alive.
Vegas, the water's only so cold, but whatever you can do to push yourself further, it's cool. What's some obviously you exercise on a consistent basis. What habits have you got? What's your mindset as far as just prevention?
Well, prevention as in
like not getting sick and doing good habits on a consistent basis that keeps you healthy like you are.
Just I feel just like showing up, you know, that's the hardest part. But just creating a plan, sticking to the plan, scheduling it out, because a lot of times when people don't schedule anything out, it doesn't happen.
That's interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And then just progressing, just pushing through. You know, when there's days when you don't feel like going, that's the days when you should.
Which comes down to your habits, doesn't it?
Yeah, habits. Yeah, for sure. And if you don't have that habit, then you gotta like connect it with a habit to build that upon. So like it's like a task and reward. So like every time you train, drink a smoothie. You know, it's gonna like trigger the chemicals in your brain. Like, okay, I love it. This is what I like to do because I'm getting a reward for it.
Gotcha. You know? I like that. How else do you use that mindset? Have you got another example? I like what you're saying there.
I don't know. Just right now, again, I'm transitioning to be more working on the business. So I'm like starting that out right now. So
what are you doing as far as that?
So like 8 years ago when I didn't know anything about business, I didn't even know that there was like a business side. I thought it was just employees and just working for other people. I didn't even know about investing or real estate or stocks or, you know, having your own business. But
you ever read E-Myth?
Which one?
E-Myth by Michael Gerber. Should check it out because it talks about the employee, the manager, the entrepreneur, and how if you're a mechanic doesn't mean you should run a mechanic store because they're two different things. Just because you're a good personal trainer doesn't mean you can run a gym, and that's something you probably figured out by studying, right?
It's totally different.
This is so different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm like trying to figure out a new schedule, new routine, new habits. And it's hard because it's like, I've never fucking, you know, this is a different phase in my life. So I'm still just trying to figure it out.
What type of stuff are you doing as far as like working on the gym? Like what are the goals with that?
Just basically increasing the exposure, because it takes about like 7 to 8 exposures for a potential client to be actually comfortable and trusting the brand and trusting the business.
Walk in. Okay, so you're meaning like seeing a Facebook ad and a social media post or word of mouth or
word of mouth.
Okay, yeah.
Just creating more content for
you're in charge of the content, right? What do you do as far as that?
Just like posting it and just getting our videographers, getting photographers, myself as well, creating videos, how-to videos, this video, that video, just so we could show the whole aspect of what we offer.
So you're in charge of that, are you? Do you have videographers and photographers working for you? Okay, and then you'll kind of oversee, hey, I want this, I want you to highlight this so we can put it. And how's that work? Like, that's literally what I do for a living.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
just curious how it's working for you. And
Yeah, it's helped out a lot because it just gives us that like credibility of who we are, you know.
credibility being huge, right?
Yeah, it's huge. And just, you know, making it look official and also being official as well.
I feel like it's a perception. You
It
can
is.
create a very professional, high quality perception, which, and like say like a Louis Vuitton bag, it's nothing special about the bag.
not.
It's the perception that comes with that bag.
The brand.
If you and I walk around holding it, no one's going to care. But you throw that bag on a celebrity, all of a sudden everybody cares and everybody wants that.
Yep.
And have you, just touching on that, do you have any big famous people who come to your gym that help create that perception?
No, I think it's just the people, really.
Just that community.
Yeah, it's a community, you know, because like, you know, we treat every single person like, you know, they're the best thing out here, you know, because a lot of times people like go to work at the same, you know, like what we were talking about earlier, they go to work, they do this and that, and they don't feel like special, they don't feel like, you know, involved. But when we're like, hey Tom, hey Bob, hey Bill, you know, like, how you doing, like making them feel like an all-star, you know, they're just gonna rave about it and word of mouth. And you know, at the end of the day, like there's powerlifting gyms, there's bodybuilding gyms, and they utilize the bodybuilders and powerlifters and all that, but we focus on real people. You know, we want to focus on more, you know, real training, real people with real results.
I like that. And I'm guessing you probably know most people by name, right?
Yeah.
That's how cool is that?
Yeah, it was hard at first, but I'm like, okay, now I gotta really be real good about remembering people's names, because that's like the most important. They love hearing their names.
It's so cool, right? Have you ever heard the saying, a person's name is the most important word in any language?
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah,
if you
true.
make the effort to remember someone's name, they'll love you forever.
Yeah.
And I'm not good at remembering names. I got a bad memory. No, you're just making no effort.
Yeah, exactly.
You make it. I'll literally put in my notes on a phone, or rhyme or relate is the two things I do.
Yeah.
Rhyme it with something silly, or relate it to someone I know it's the same name.
Yeah, and that's gonna help the brain.
Yeah,
remember.
and if it's a weird name, I'll rhyme it with something funky.
Yeah.
I was like, why am I saying this weirdly? And I was like,
Yeah, there's a reason why. Yeah.
But you got to make an effort. And they say some of the most like presidents were the ones who remember the most people's names.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
cleaners, the maintenance guys, the ones who just took the effort.
Yeah.
Could you imagine working for the president and being a cleaner, him remember your name?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh.
You never want to quit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You would feel special.
Yeah.
But the problem with like EOS, LVAC, you're just a number.
Exactly.
And I've talked about this. And until you go to quit, no one cares. And then when you try to quit, hey, what's wrong? What can we do?
Yeah.
I feel like your gym doesn't have that problem.
No, definitely not. Yeah, we have about like 500 members in the Central one, and then the Summerlin one, we have about like 200 members, so about 700. And yeah, it's just it's really hard to remember everyone's names, but it's like, as long as we put in the effort and like make them feel special, that's what it's all about.
That's awesome. And they're probably more likely to come to you with problems and be able to address. How do you deal with stuff like that when people aren't happy? How do you find out what they're not happy about? Do you feel that they're comfortable enough to come to you and tell you because you got that rapport?
Yeah, I have an open door, you know, like, you know, if you have any problems, talk to me. We'll do the best we can to provide and make sure everything is better.
Is that something you cruise around the gym and you're dropping in, you're telling people from time to time?
Yeah,
and
for sure. Yeah,
gotcha.
It's just like, you know, how we carry ourselves and how we handle business.
Gotcha.
Sure.
I really like that. What as far as your community, like how I was saying, you got such a good community. What do you do specifically to help with that community and to keep that community so tight? Like, obviously you guys got different strengths, different weaknesses.
Yeah.
What do you kind of bring to the table as far as
with the community? I don't know. We're just fucking.
Was it just being yourself?
Just being ourselves, man. Just you know, having fun with it. Just, you know, just making sure that we show that we care. You know, being empathetic, listening, being engaged. Because a lot of times there's just people who just, you know, don't really care.
Pick up the phone. Yeah.
You know?
It's so hard to get someone's attention, right?
Yeah, for sure. So it's just being empathetic and just being there for them.
Okay. Anything else you want to touch on? Anything else you tell me?
No.
Covered a lot. You're very focused.
Yeah.
Young. How old are you?
I'm 30.
You're 30. Okay, you just look young.
Yeah.
Cool, dude. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
That was amazing. And anything I do to help you guys out, just let me know.
Yeah, let's do it.